What's up guys, and welcome back to NoBlandMakeup, where we do makeup and body paint tutorials with a cosplay twist, and today we're going back to Hogwarts. But before we get into the tutorial, I do have a new shirt up, so if you guys want to purchase a NoBlandMakeup t-shirt, or you want to support the channel, I'll have the link in the description for you guys, but back to what you're here for. So I'm gonna start off. I've already done all my face makeup, and my hair's not having it today. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. This one's the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. You can use literally anything. Some people like concealer. That is up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply a thin layer, making sure everything is blended really nicely. You don't want any extra, like, chunks. I'm going to take what I'm going to call a transition shade. This one's like a mid-tone brown. I'm just applying that in the crease since I'm gonna be putting in a darker blue in there. I just don't want it to basically like catch so much in that one spot. I want to make it a little bit easier to blend by having something down there already. In a couple of different times for two reasons. Or I went in, whatever. The first was obviously to make sure everything is blended really nicely, but also to give me kind of like something to blend the darker blue into, if that makes any sense. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Also brought it in a little bit to where my brow bone and my nose meet, kind of the way I did in the Gryffindor look. Some of you are looking at that screen like I'm freaking crazy, but I took this blending brush. I know it's a little bit bigger, but what I did was I literally placed it into my crease and then wiggled it a little bit. I didn't really like do any kind of windshield wiper motion or anything just yet. I'm literally just wiggling that color into the crease so I have a little bit more control of where it goes. Could I have grabbed a smaller brush and made my life a lot easier? Probably. Am I in the business of making my own life easier? Apparently not. Speaking of making lives easier, one thing you could do when you're using shades like these is to do your foundation last after you do your eye makeup. But if you're really careful, you can get away with doing it like this. I'm not, but I like to clean up apparently. Also took that blue shade and I was kind of winging it out a little bit. I want to say to make it look like a bird wing, because you know, Ravenclaw. How many of you will actually believe that? I don't know. But remember about how I said I like to clean things up apparently? Well, this is one of those cases. One of my wings came out way sharper than the other one, so I'm just taking, this is a dry makeup remover cloth. If you use a wet one, it'll be a lot easier and you have to yank on your eye a lot less. But I'm just cleaning up that edge. I prefer this to using any kind of tape just because it doesn't yank on the eye so much, especially if you're doing this kind of every day. If you're worried about something like this, you can also use anything with a flat surface and just place it on your eye instead of using tape. Now to make this a little bit more dramatic, I'm going to take some of that transition shade, or the shade I'm calling a transition shade, and I'm just applying that over top of that dark blue just on the edge, and I'm bringing it a little bit into where my eyebrow and nose kind of meet, because I felt like it. I really don't have any like logical explanation for that one. I just kind of felt like doing it, and I thought it looked nice. Now, since this was looking a little bit darker than what I wanted it to, I took a lighter, but still equally dark blue. My logic, it is perfect. But I put that just on the outer V, and I blended in a little bit, but nothing too crazy. A bronze eyeshadow, and I applied that basically in all the space that was missing. I just packed that on with just like a flat eyeshadow brush. This one in particular is from Kat Von D, and I like just more of a shimmer kind of shade, just because it tends to give you the best color payoff without so much effort, and more importantly, without so much fallout, at least in this case. And just to make sure everything's nicely blended, I just went over it with the blending brush. Not too complicated, I hope. And now, because apparently I can't do this without being out of frame, I took some of that bronze color and just ran it on my lower lash line, just to give me a little something something down there. I felt like it actually brought the look together a lot. And then, as is my normal MO, I took a blending brush and just ran it over my lower lash line, and try not to brush your actual eyeball because it hurts a lot. Alright, now for this part, keep in mind this glitter is not eye safe. If you guys want a full video on that, I'll have it in the cards and the description. One way to apply this a little bit easier instead of using your finger is if you wet a Q-tip. You can get the grip on the actual glitter a little bit better. And now I'm going to apply some mascara. This part is not exactly rocket science. Just be careful because Lord knows it is very painful to stab yourself in the eye with a mascara wand. This one in particular is the It Lash from Dior. I like it. It's pretty similar to me, at least the brush anyway, to their Real. It's just a little bit more of a dry formula. But if you guys didn't like their Real, you can always try this one. I still like their Real. They're both a pain in the butt to get off. It is what it is. And here's a close-up of the finished eye look. Give me 2 seconds and I'll show you guys what I did for the lips. I don't know why when I like stop recording for a second and then I start recording I look so confused. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply a blue liquid lipstick. This one's from Too Faced. If you guys want to know all the products that I'm using, I'll always have that listed in the description bar for you guys, along with shopping links. They are affiliate links, so if that is a no-no for you, Google is your friend, I promise. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply this, and then once that's done, I'm just gonna let my hair down and it'll be cool, I hope. But that is the finished look, so I hope you guys liked it. I definitely had so much fun doing it. If you guys want to see the rest of the series, it'll be down in the description. And if you want to see anything else on the channel, just let me know. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to see what comes out of my channel next, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!